So welcome back. I'm still alive. Thanks for the people that messaged me. I've disappeared off the radar for a couple of weeks. I just decided to have a few weeks away from YouTube. Work's off the hook, although it's calming down a bit again now, and just spend a bit of time with the family, as you do. And trying to add into that filming, content, getting stuff uploaded, edited. It was too much, so I had a bit of a break, but I'm back now. You'll be happy to know Saturday mornings have been resumed. So there's a few things been happened over the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. A couple more fish have gone from the pond. I don't even know how many I'm down to now. But the achiever's gone. Probably going to regret it, but offer was made and accepted. So everyone's doing alright. Although the carcoo's got, I've just noticed, just as I was feeding them then, it's got a bit of a, looks like a knock just behind its pec fin. Slightly raised scale. So I'm not going to do anything with it at the minute, but just behind that pec this side. Not this side, the other side. It's a little bit red, but there's a little bit of skin from the top of the scale flapping in the breeze. But other than that, it's all good. Nothing bad or major to report. Apart from that, actually, the small original Adam Bayer Kahaku, this one here, is red blimmin', oh, looks like a bit of sumi on its blimmin' head now. Disappointing. But fish have completely got their bodies back now after the carnage of spawning late summer. So yeah, all good. And because I'm not made of money, temperature wise, I've knocked it back a bit. Still at 20, but I was at 21 and or 22 it might have been for a bit, then 21 and a half, but it's down to 20. So the fish are still on the food. The feeder's putting in 400 and something grams a day again, because the achiever gone, I knocked it back a little bit on the food, and I moved on the other two. I can't even remember what they were now, a while back, 2 more on, so there's 3 fish out, so I've knocked it back to about 400 and something grams. Still getting fed 10 times a day. 20 degrees, it's a doddle, loads of food. As I say, body is back on them all. And the window's still messy-ish. There you go. So it seems the weather now, literally half an hour ago we went food shopping, it was the end of the world kind of rain and wind. Absolutely mental. It's Sunday today. Crazy. It's cleared up now, so I've got a bit of a plan for today. I've started to dig these out the other day, covers, and I've got in there, hopefully that'll solve the framework wise. I'm not going to use wood this year, I'm going to use this, which is some square box guttering, some downpipes. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did last year, but attach the covers to that. I'm not sure how it's going to work this year, because as you remember last year the old filter pit was here, and I had some sheets of the polycarb cut to fit because they overhung slightly on the pond. It's a bit different this year because I've got a full edge of pond as opposed to half an edge with the lid from the old filter bay. And then I need to work out what's happening with the feeder, because I want to keep it on probably keep the temp up for at least another month, depending on how well the covers help. Because at the minute I'm probably just I'm maintaining a temperature with the heat pump being on for the majority of the day, but as soon as, when it's cool of a night time, as soon as I'm heating the water up, it's pretty much cooling it straight off. So it's literally fighting a losing battle, the heater, to keep the pond temperature at 20 degrees. So hopefully with the help of a cover I can maintain 20 degrees for a little bit longer, because the wind now has changed direction, as we know, and it's a cold wind, so the wind blowing in is chilling the top of the water. So I'm going to have a bash at that in a minute. I'm going to have some lunch, so we just got back from shopping. Bacon is cooling, and I'm going to have a go since it's not raining. And out here, I haven't done a ton of stuff, but I've done a few bits. Spent a ton of money on some plants. So I think the last update was I'd finished all of this and covered it over. So I've started to plant a few things. That's going to grow along the fence. God knows what it is, but it's got some little like lantern kind of flowers on it, if you can see there. Look. That's what it is. So we're going to grow that along the fence here. Got all my aces in one area now, because we're going to, I think we're just going to, we've decided, we were chatting to the wife the other day, we're going to have this as an acer area, all planted along here, and then some kind of stone covering on the top. So I've just pulled out what I've got down here just to see where we're at and what it's all going to look like. And they're all looking a bit worse for wear now. Some of them worse than others. Look at the stat of that one. They're all changing colour as well. So we'll get these planted and probably trimmed. The stat of this one, this has probably got something wrong with it, but we'll sort that out near the time. I got rid of my mud pile. Started to have a tidy up here, so all the mud's, the soil is in over there now. So I can get this bit finished and a few more plants ordered for here, so we can get this covered up so I'm not weeding again constant. And my seating area got a lick of paint the other day, and I've just got pallets to chop up and burn, but because it's been wet that can wait. But this is the more pressing issue because it's costing lots of money. Well, not lots of money, but it's costing me more than it should to keep the pond at temperature. Right, so I'll pick you back a bit, pick you back, I can't even, that's, look, out of practice, don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll pick you back up in a minute when I've had my bacon sandwich and a cup of tea, go and get some dirty clothes on and have a bash at working out how I'm attaching all of this and how all this is working, and if I'm hopefully not going to need any more sheets. I had a quick look the other day seeing how much polycarb sheets were, and they vary quite a lot depending on where you get them. And I see somewhere these exact sheets with the tinted top and the white bottom, the opal bottom, whatever it's called, they were like 148 quid a pop. Couldn't believe it. And it's cold. I can feel the wind blowing against the back of my head. Right, anyway, see you in a bit. Bye. Oh, I didn't get the whole way. Anyway, look what we got. So, hopefully, it's nice and rigid. So as I said, it's just square downpipe. Comes in black, brown, grey, white, hopefully. Let's I can lift this one-handed. It's not mega heavy. Oh, we like. Out breath. So that's the plan. Could use these instead of the wood, and then probably just drill into it with the same holes that are in the top of here. Need some screws. Obviously I haven't got that to hand because I'm rubbish. I think it'll be good. And then I just need to cut that to the size of the window to keep that toasty. It'll be good to go. Only issue, like I said earlier, I'm going to have is the feeder. Whether or not I cut a square out and flap it over the top, I don't know. Or maybe put a 45 on, or 90 on even, and just poke it in a hole over the top so it shoots and just goes in. That's the least of my worries at the minute. It's just getting it covered to get some of this wind chill off. Right. And I just looked. It hasn't really been. I'm nearly out of food again. 85 quid's worth of food disappeared within about a month. Great. Less than that. Right. I've got no massive plan about this other than I wanted to use these to screw to that rather than the wood. So I'm going to have a play around and then come back to you when I've worked it out. Whether to go that way or the other way, we'll see. Right, I'll pick you back up when I've sort of worked it out in my head, or had a play around lifting it on and off 100 times, swearing about it. See you in a minute. We've done some cutting. You ready? Pretty much exactly the same setup as before, but I've just used the plastic downpipe stuff. Somehow, I think it's just the way I stored them. One of these is bent like a banana, as you can see along here. Look at that. I think I must have stored it end up, and maybe under the heat, as you can see here, it's bowed. But I'm going to get some weatherproof tape just to fill the gap. Feeder for now, if you can see, I'm going to put something on here. I think I've got an old elbow or something like that, just to direct the food down into the pond rather than in the side of it or on the top. These two need cutting there and there just to give it an even look. And for now I think that'll do. I'm going to find something just to wedge in that gap, but I don't think it will matter. Hello friend. You can see it's slightly knocked to scale. It's not red raw, but it's a knock. The biggest trouble I'm going to have is cleaning the windows. So I think what I'm going to do, well, I'm going to do what I did before. This one is going to be hinged on here. Maybe both these hinged, so I can turn them back and unclip them. So then I can clean that. That one will be easy because it's this side. We'll see. Hopefully that will make a bit of a difference to the old heating bill in my pocket. Hopefully retain a heat for a little bit longer than it was doing. So yeah, there's a few bits that I need to finish it. I'll need some decent screws. I don't know if I've got enough of any kind of... I've got some right random little spare ones of these, which is pretty good. They're massively too big. Well, I need some weatherproof tape anyway from Screwfix. I've got some more of the end cap so I can cover the end. I'm going to cut that off, as I say, so it's level, and then just screw it down to the frame. Yeah, it looks alright. Should make a difference. As I say, the wind's bloody freezing today. And you don't want it airtight anyway, so the odd gap here and there is not bothering me, like this front edge here. Not bothered. So you don't want it airtight anyway. Just to keep the wind chill off the majority of the water, which that will hopefully do. Right. I might need to do something with this jaggedy jiggedy end here. It's my OCD. Might get that end perfect, and then I can draw a line this end to give this a cut as well, because it's all over the shop. Right, get that cut. In fact, they're all a bit bent. Look, rubbish. I'm going to get that cut and then tidy some stuff up, and then have a mess around with a feeder with a bend on it. Hopefully that'll be the solved problem for that. We'll see. Right, catch you in a bit. Bye. There's a lot of people doing covers at the minute, especially polycarb covers. So I've just cut this. You can use a hand saw, but I've just used the jigsaw with a very fine teeth set up on. I don't know whether that's focusing or not. Boom. Literally took seconds. So you don't need any specialist tools to do it, as I say. I've had that about 20 years, I don't know, however long, and I've just got a pack of these universal blades. And there's a fine one on it, and it cuts it bob on. There you go, look at that. Forget the others. So that's that done. Do I do the end one? I might as well do the end one, this one here. And then, because it's so goddamn windy, as you're probably hearing on the microphone, I'm just going to use whatever screw. I haven't got an actual proper box of screws. These are all random left over. Because I'm old and just keep stuff, they're just random leftover screws from other things. I've got a bigger pot set up the same, but me normal screws that you purchased have just run out of. So we're nearly there. And heat's just kicked in actually, it hasn't been on today. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for it to turn off. It's obviously, hopefully, retaining a little bit more heat now. So 19.5 or 19. Well, it's in between, but flicking up and down. That'll probably be till early evening, if not a bit longer. Anyway, I'm happy with that. Not quite as strong as the wooden frame, but I don't know whether some of the problems that I potentially had previously with fish coming out of spring or through the winter were from the wood. So this isn't quite as strong. There's a bit of a sag in the middle, and if you look closely, it's bowing a little bit, but it'll do for now. Right, catch you later. You know when you're proud of yourself. Old rubber boot, cut in half, not very well because I did it with that. Stinks when you cut it. Anyway, with the other half, I've just checked it, it's perfect. Got it wedged over the chute from the feeder. It's not in the water. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Can you see it? Let me know if you can see it. I can't even work it out. Oh, there it is. Just sticking out like. And I've just tested it, hence the fish having a bit of food now. Bob on! I might need to keep an eye on it because any moisture might get up in there and soften any food, and don't want any blockages, but easy enough to pull off. I've tightened the boot down this end, but not like cranked it right up, just to hold it on. But happy with that. Another little job done. Just need to now cut my polystyrene for the window, or bits of polystyrene, because I'm not. Well, that was for the ceiling, but that's an inside job. I'm going to wait to do that when the weather is really horrible, and I've finished all these little bitty outside jobs, like all the that junk over there, which I'm starting to clear. There we go. Tidy up time. Catch you later. Bye. Done it. Might be a thumbnail. Might keep you guessing. Anyway. So it is done now and I'm going inside, but I'm just making myself giggle before I go in. A couple of things. One, I've just found the slipperiest thing known to man, that area of this bit of decking. And not only that, that's loose. Did you see that? That's loose. And I nearly went absolutely flying. I was nearly dead, but I survived. So just to finish it off, I was just down there picking up some rubbish. There's a small gap there, so between that and the window, and I found some of this. The only reason I put that in there is because I was tidying up, like I said, and that gap, the heat that was coming out of that gap was unbelievable from the water. I couldn't believe it. So I've wedged that in there just to keep that from well, I was just thinking might as well just be money coming out. So I've wedged that in there, and I haven't done that to this side because I've got no more of that insulation stuff. But I'll do, it don't quite work the same this way. I'll do something with this side. As I say, I'm going to cut the polystyrene sheet anyway to fit the window, so that might help a bit. I couldn't believe, oh my god, when you put your hand up here, you just feel the heat. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, because remember, heat is not free, and it's probably one of the most expensive things within a koi pond as a regular cost. So if you spent the time and money putting it in, you want to keep it in for as long as possible, so covers are definitely a worthwhile investment. Unbelievable, I just couldn't believe it. And I haven't even tidied that dog end up. That could stay there. Anyway, hope you're glad that I'm back, ruining your Saturday mornings. So thanks for watching this week. It's good to pick up the GoPro and actually get something out. Look forward to speaking to you all, the regular people and new people, in the comment section below. If you've got anything to say, pop it in, good or bad, because you know the world's full of keyboard warriors. Not everybody's nice. I don't know why, they just aren't, are they? I'll catch you next week, possibly, but I'm back anyway. If not next week, definitely the week after, but we'll just see where we go. You never know. See you later. Yes, thought the video was ended, but I've got in, it's still light. I thought, what the hell, I'll clean both the windows. Window cleaning day is never over. Anyway, catch you next week.